This is sort 34 in the Blue Book. And we're looking at some new Latin roots this week. So, here is the meanings of those. Man refers to the hand. Scrib or script mean to write. Cred is to believe, which we had as a vocab word if you remember. And fact is to make. You need to write these down either on your headings of your actual things, your actual cards, or at least on the back of your paper where you copy down the correct sort. That way you can refer back to these and understand the meanings. Because remember, green group, that you are focusing more on the meanings of words when you get into these Latin roots. Because there's just more to the word than just the spelling of it. So, let's get started. I'm going to quickly sort the words and then we're going to pull out some of the meanings. Because the actual sorting's not terrible, right? So we have artifact, facilitate, manure, manuscript, manicure, scribble, credible, discredit, manufacture, and look at that kind of has two in there, doesn't it? Manufacture. Facsimile, prescription, subscription, credence, scribe, prescribe, maneuver, inscription, inscribe, incredulous, and mandate. So, let's look at some of the words now. We know that in a man category here, some of them are pretty straightforward, such as manual. That means that I am doing something by hand manually. And then another is, where's manuscript? Oh, there it is, which it could go in either of these, but manuscript means to write by hand. And so that's why we have to write and hand in there. I feel like the green always gets so hard to see on here. Another one that's a little interesting is manure. And what I found out, and I did not know, is that it comes from the word that means to cultivate land and is related to the Latin word that meant to work with the hands. So if you think about it, in the older times, hundreds of years ago, how did people cultivate their land? Well, they did it by hand. And manure is related to that. We think of cow poo because they do use that to cultivate the land. And probably, if you had to guess, I would say maybe they put that out by hand even. Then in incredible, so remember cred means to believe. So we have things like incredible and credible. Credible means like they're believable. So incredible is the exact opposite. It's unbelievable. It's so crazy that it's incredible. It's unbelievable. Another word that we might want to look at is credence, which a good sentence is, because she is so knowledgeable about setting up a website, I put a lot of credence in her advice. So I put a lot of trust, or I believe that she could teach me how to do it because she knows how to. Now let's move on to fac. Actually, let's look at script for a second. A lot of these are pretty straightforward, but a transcribe means to write something in another, well, there's a couple, depending on how you use it, but one way is to take a manuscript, something that's written by hand, and translate it into a different language. Write it in a different language or in a different place. Scribble is to, draw. A prescription is what the doctor writes for us so that we can get medicine. And a subscription, we write to somewhere to tell them we want to receive their magazines, for example. So you can see a lot of these are very similar. Okay, so now the fac category. So factory is where things are made. A manufacturer is a company that makes things, and sometimes it is by hand, right? Or especially it used to be. Now we have a lot of machines. Facsimile is interesting because it has a similar root to similar. Wow, it has the same root as in similar, and so fac is to make, similar. Literally, that's what it means. And fax, like F-A-X, this word right here, fax, actually is just the shortened version of facsimile, which I did not know until I was preparing this. Because a fax machine sends a document from one place to another place, and it is a similar document. And then we have artifact, which literally means to make art, and but we use it more generally now to talk about those things that, let's see, something made by humans at a different time in a different culture. So there's lots of different artifacts, but it's not always necessarily art. And that is our words. So here's your final sort. Go ahead and copy down your words and look up any words you don't know the meaning for, and post any questions you have on Google Class.